we'll treat you just like the mayor. You have some tasks to do in the streets, but always you don't have to stay. Or if it's time to dinner, you don't have to stay. All right, well, thank you. All right, next on the agenda. We will have the Arboretum Gate, Brown Avenue Gate, letter of support, Commissioner Blackman. Go ahead.
She needs to read it.
Oh, it's on the back of your lip. That's the one that's the cone. Now, what do you, the letter of support from Chief? You wanna read that?
Oh, you can read it, no, you can go ahead. No, go ahead and read it, because I don't wanna have no part, I want him, no, I want no problem.
Well,
Because he said he was gonna get it to you anyway.
okay, now,
Put it in your hands.
so here's,
Go ahead.
well, I'm asking Mr. Comer, could you stop and just present why we're doing this first, then I'll read the letter?
Sure. No.
Mr. Comer is, well, introduce yourself.
Sure. Hi, I'm Bob Coomer on ANC for 7D01, just across Benning Road in Kingman Park. And my son goes to Two Rivers at Young, right up here. And there's an, sorry, that way. Pointing the right way. Yes, thank you. It's that way. That way. Who knows? But yeah, and there was an incident a while ago where one of the kids from Two Rivers was chastised for, it wasn't really clear why, and it was a situation where kids at the school have to go through kind of this elaborate process just to get over there. It's the gate is like a quarter mile, easy walking distance for a kid who's in first grade, which is the group of kids that were there. And if they had access on Maryland Avenue, they could get right there, but they actually have to get a bus. They have to, because it's like 2 miles to get all the way back to the youth garden as things stand now. And a lot of the kids, I think, are in the neighborhood are in a very similar situation. Not all the kids who go to Two Rivers, obviously, but they also don't have access to this treasure within the district. It's this giant, hundreds of acres of green space that many of us in the city really yearn for, and we all have to, just about all of us have to drive. I mean, I don't know if you've taken a bike on the narrow strip of sidewalk out here on Bladensburg, but it's pretty terrifying for an adult, let alone being a teacher, bringing 24 children up there. It's just not possible. Instead, you have to get a bus. You have to go through all this rigmarole just to get kids into the Arboretum, which is again right there. So the solution that we were proposing, that Commissioner Blacknell has spearheaded, is to try and open the gate at Maryland Avenue just to pedestrians and to bicyclists, so that people can get easy access to just walk right in there, or bike up there with their kids, or walk there with their kids or whatever, and then be able to walk right out just during the regular opening hours of the Arboretum from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. It wouldn't cause any additional traffic because there wouldn't be cars. And I don't know if you wanted to speak a little bit about the meetings that you arranged, or. Sure.
Mr. Comer has set up a meeting with Commander Fitzgerald, and I agreed to it, and the director of the Arboretum. And we went there on August the 3rd. Commander Fitzgerald was very excited, and he is in support of it. He said that it wouldn't drain our police resources to have police officers to walk the back way and to ride their bikes. He also agreed that he would offer to do it too. Also, the director of the Arboretum, it's a lot going on with the Arboretum, so we're going to support him in trying to get federal and government money to do some work involving the Arboretum and everything.
Yeah, just to expand on that.
He spoke up, I'm glad he came, because they said his child goes to Two Rivers, and that's when he was explaining what happened. And also the senior citizens, I have some of the senior citizens, they would like to have the gate open and everything too. And the real reason why the gate was really closed is that an elderly woman was found dead not inside of the Arboretum, but outside of the Arboretum gate. And this was in like 1991. And Commander Fisher said that it should have been open a long time ago. We need not dwell on the past, we need to dwell on the future.
So, in conjunction with, the letter of support from ANC5D, ANC6A, Advisory Commission 7D, then look at this, our support, because it directly affects 5D, and like she said, it's been open it's been closed that long. And even just to piggyback what he's saying, my daughter, who's 22, had a garden in Arboretum when she went to school here. And so this has been going on, and the kids love it. They plant their own vegetables, they learn. So her school wasn't as close as Walker's, had to take a bus, but it still was a neighborhood school right here on Neal Street. So I'm aware of the program, and it works for the kids. If you ask them, the kids, they enjoy going to Arboretum. So even the neighbors now, they're able to walk in on a Saturday afternoon and on midday and take a stroll through the Arboretum. Now, then also, the R Street gate, I don't know, it's closed at 2 o'clock. So you have to come in on Bladesburg Road after 2 o'clock. I tried to slide in one afternoon, and it was closed. And I was shocked about that. So this being on this side, because that really makes it walk. If you're coming at 2, you have to go over to New York Avenue. So you just have this jewel that you wouldn't, I mean, that's your walk there if you're trying to get exercise. So the letter here, I'm gonna read the letter the joint letter. It's to Dr. Richard T. Olson, Director of USDA Arboretum, United States National Arboretum, 3501 New York Avenue, reopening the Maryland Avenue Arboretum Gate. Dear Dr. Olson, this letter is advised that Advisory Neighborhood Commission 5D, 6A, and 7D at a regularly scheduled public meeting at which quorums were present, voted to support the reopening of the Maryland Avenue Gate of the United States National Arboretum, the Arboretum. The Advisory Neighborhood Commission jointly support reopening the Maryland Avenue, the Maryland Gate, so that nearby residents in Carver, Langston Terrace, Trinidad, Kingdom Park, and the surrounding areas, as well as students from nearby Brown Education Campus, Phelps Ace High School, and Two Rivers at Young Public Charter School can more easily and safely access the Arboretum. Working with the Arboretum to find continuous revenue sources to ensure that the expenses associated with opening the Maryland Avenue Gate will not adversely affect the Arboretum's budget, considering whether to open the Maryland Avenue Gate to only pedestrian and bicycle traffic to minimize costs, encourage pedestrian traffic, and discourage car traffic. Thank you for affording the commissions this great weight on this issue. Sincerely, and it will be signed by myself, the chair of ANC6A, Bill Toman, and Sharice Muhammad, the chair of ANC7D. With copies going to Ellen Home Norton, Muriel Garza, Bill Mendelson, Kate McDuffie, Vincent Gray, and Charles Allen, affected by commissioners. All votes, I'd like to make a motion on the floor that we support the opening of the gate by supporting this letter as read. All those in favor, well, I'd like to make a motion if we support.
I'll second it.
I made a motion, a second by Commissioner Shropshire. Is there any discussion?
Yes.
Commissioner Butler.
I don't think there's any contention with regards to the value of the Arboretum. I use it, I'm sure many of you use it. The only issue we have is, as discussed at last meeting, the affected single-member districts would have an opportunity to be at the table and discuss how it affected their single-member district. This letter was done without any participation from certainly my single-member district, and I believe the same for Commissioner Henderson. That said, I have no objection to obviously, better access to the Arboretum, but I do have an objection to the lack of participation of the full single-member districts that are affected by this. And I think with that, I just want to say for the record, I would have difficulty supporting this without consulting with my constituents. I think the proper way in the future going forward, this commission, when there are multiple single-member districts that are involved in something, they should consult with those commissioners of those single-member districts.
Commissioner Butler.
Henderson.
No, Commissioner Butler would like to respond to you with that the gate is in one single member district, and they met in that single member district.
There's no
The
controversy
fence-
with regards to that either.
Right, not just saying, but your commission, the fence ends at the Arboretum. You end at the Arboretum.
I
Part of your
understand.
commission. And part of Commissioner Henderson ends at the Arboretum, the fence, where the fence is, where there's no opening.
But they're
And,
both
excuse me,
affected.
Commissioner, that fence was there. So, that's the only statement I wanted to make, that the gate is in Commissioner Blacknell's area. I don't know if she invited you guys to the meeting. I don't know, whether she did or didn't,
I think that was clear on the record,
that she did not.
that there was no invitation. In fact, we were not aware that this letter was going to be consummated by a commissioner from 7D and someone from 6.
Well, that was discussed at the first meeting. That it was discussed, that part that we
I have no
joined.
recollection of
Okay,
that.
but I'm just
In
saying,
fact,
because-
I think,
How many of y'all was here at the
I
other
think the
Commissioner
agenda
Blacknell.
is inaccurate, and I think Commissioner Henderson appropriately pointed out its inaccuracy at the beginning of this meeting.
Okay, Commissioner Henderson.
Yes, I share similar concerns about how this matter is unfolding. Certainly as a long-term partner of the Arboretum, I too see the value in the Arboretum. The Arboretum is a wonderful neighborhood asset, and certainly any additional access to the Arboretum is a welcome opportunity for citizens. I did have a discussion with Commander Fitzgerald, who shared with me that he does support reopening the gate because he doesn't feel that it will be a drain on police resources, and he's willing to rise to the challenge. But what really concerns me about this process is a foreclosure on the rights of citizens who live outside the Arboretum and near the Arboretum. And while I just think it's very inappropriate for any 5D commissioner to reach out to a 7D commissioner or a 6A commissioner without first reaching out to her colleagues that are affected. That is just, I'm having a problem understanding how that lack of communication and lack of, due process can even be, how you can even come up with an idea to think that this is right. Commissioner Coomer, I've been to your meetings, I have not offered any letters overriding your ability to represent your constituents, and we certainly don't appreciate, any action from 6A or 7A overriding the wishes of the citizens who live here who haven't even been heard from. We asked specifically at the last meeting that the citizens of ANC5D03 and ANC5D05 be given an opportunity to be heard. That has yet to happen, and now we're moving forward with letters. That is so inappropriate. And again, I demand that the voices of my constituents be heard, and certainly Commissioner Butler is quite able to advocate vociferously for his constituents.
Thank you, Commissioner Henderson.
Wait a minute, first of all,
Commissioner Blacknell.
Commissioner Henderson, I didn't reach out to him, he reached out to me.
That's not
Okay,
relevant.
all right, okay, and when you had things going on and you reach out to other agency commissioners, nobody interferes, and just like Commissioner Lee said, it's in my single district, okay? I don't interfere with yours, so then you are not gonna sit here and interfere with mine.
Thank you, Commissioner.
I think we can,
Commissioner
I think we
Henderson,
see the
excuse me.
venom
Commissioner
underwriting
Henderson,
this
you have been
issue.
recognized. Now, just
This is
because
so
this is an
inappropriate.
issue, so
So
inappropriate, but I just wanna ask the audience that are in 5D03 and 5D05, is anybody here from those? I'd just like to hear I'm gonna start at the back. Yes, sir, you're,
We all three live right on the most immediate proximity to the Arboretum entrance. Commissioner Anderson, we fully support the use of the Arboretum, the expanded use, and we'll do our best to enjoy it as much as possible, and also pick up trash and take care of the area as well for other residents around DC, so that when they come to the area, we can feel a sense of pride that we have the original entrance, those original stone pillars with the beautiful emblems on it were. Because that really was ours to begin with, and it's sort of taken from us. So it'd be great to try to reclaim that.
so you have no objection of this process that we're doing?
Absolutely not.
with the input from the other ANC the other ANCs outside of 5D. And the reason why is because their parents. Really, it's not, you're presenting as the commissioner, but he's really presenting as a parent of a student. Because, we have interboundary schools. So, you're not required to go to school in your area. The concern was about the young student that was chastised by the security officer. That's really the heart of the issue. To me, that's the heart of the issue when students learn it. And that we have the opportunity to help them learn. Like I said, my child benefited from it. So I see the difference. So, I'm sorry, I wasn't even supposed to speak. I'm going forward.
Okay.
Somebody else had a hand in front of me. Go ahead.
Yes.
No, I'm moving from the back. I'm going from the back.
I concur. I have no problem, with.
Oh, what ANC are you? I'm
I'm
sorry.
at 505.
Okay.
I have no problem with reopening the gates. I think it's a fantastic asset to the community. Whatever makes it easier for us to access is great. And especially hearing that now, even after some discussion of the time, that there's more information about the security concerns, which I think is the main real issue for most of us living nearby, will be addressed, appropriately. I'm very much in support.
And moving forward, I believe that's.
Oh, yeah, I'd like to echo that as well. I live on Summit Street, near the southern entrance, and it's pretty frustrating to have to bike a mile or walk a mile, because I don't have a car. And one of the reasons that I chose to move over here was because I'm so close to Penguin Island and to Arboretum. We go there every weekend, and it'd be nice to be able to just stroll there. And for all of my neighbors, we are constantly talking about how it would be nice to have the southern gate open.
Last.
Edward Milton, 5D03. I bike. I'm an avid biker. Been biking for a few years. I too have to get my bike in my car because I'm afraid to ride up Bladensburg Road to go to this access point. We're a community. We're moving forward. This is about kids. This is about seniors. This is about anybody that's active. This is not about politics and whose ANC it is or it isn't, because that hinders the community from growing. So make your decision based on, will it impact and affect the community as a whole, or was it personal politics? Leave it there. Thank you.
Yes.
I agree. If it takes Ward 5, 6, 7, and 8 to get that gate open, then we're still one DC.
Amen.
We still want to enjoy all of DC.
Amen.
And I don't think it makes a difference if she called, he called, or they didn't call.
Amen.
When they come and present themselves to us as residents, professionalism across the board is what we're here to see and hear. And to get along, to get the next point and the next issue solved. That's all I have to say.
Now,
Thank you.
Our last